Hello. It's your favorite guy, Keith Evans, here today with our product Lotus by Bay. And we're here to do a quick demonstration of the power of Lotus. And what we did, we have one of the leading brands on the market, and we have the Lotus product. And what we're here to do today is just give you a quick demonstration on the difference in the two. The young lady that's behind me is Miss Patricia Evans. She's the founder and creator of Lotus by Bay. She designed this product, did all the research to make sure that this was a healthier version of a woman's sanitary napkin. And the reason why she did this was because of her story and her journey that she went through with her cycle for many years that just was totally unreal, cycle on, cycle off, the cramping, itching, burning, you name it. She went through it until she decided to put in the research to find out what was going on, because she went to many doctors here in Louisiana, in Texas, specialists, trying to find out what was going on, and just no answer even from the specialist. And it turned out to be a nightmare. And when she started to doing her own research, she found out what was really going on with her, and that is it was the sanitary napkins that she were using. Now, what we want to do now, we are wanting to share with you the leading brand, and then we're going to do the one with Lotus. So here's a few things that we like to ask people when we're doing this type of demonstration when it comes to the leading brand. We won't say the name because we're not here to bash. We're just here to, give you an example of what's been on the market and what's on the market. As you can see, the leading brand is kind of thick, and most women when they're talking about their sanitary napkin, that's one of the things they always talk about, how bulky they are, and they are always asking that question, to their girlfriends, can you see it? Because no one wants anyone to know when they're on their cycle. We can see why that would be an embarrassing moment, kind of uncomfortable for our women. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, you notice the outer coverage makes the sound, so when ladies are in the restroom, you can always tell when a woman's putting on her sanitary napkin because of the sounds that it makes. And the biggest thing is, and the question that we ask, ladies, can you tell us why this is open? Why is it open? Most people don't even know. After all these years of using this, our ladies still can't tell us why this is open. But here's the deal. When they need it, they rip it open, shake it off, get rid of the cookies, the crumbs, everything that's in their purse is now on their sanitary napkins. They rip it open and they use it. But the reason why it's closed is because of the chemical that's in this product. And if it was sealed up, it would swell up like a basketball. So the chemicals are the reason why it's left open, so it can breathe. They can get the chemicals out, okay? But again, when our women need it, they rip it open, shake off the cookies, crumb, hair, makeup, whatever's in a lady's purse. They shake it off and they use that product. Either use the product or the end result, have a woman's veggie flow everywhere. So that is one of the first things we want you to notice about the traditional brand, is how bulky it is and the reason why it's open. Now, let's do Lotus. Lotus is a lot thinner, as you can see, and you really can't hear it because of the material that the outer layer is made out of. Every Lotus product is individually wrapped, meaning that when a young girl has this, she has this in her hand, no one can tell that it's a sanitary napkin because it's so thin, and the outer covering, it was designed by Miss Evans as well. It's got a real shiny cover that really makes it look different from your traditional sanitary napkin. As you can see, it is completely sealed, meaning no chemicals, no fragrances, no bleach, chlorine, none of that. Everything is 100% natural. Okay, here we go. We're going to open it up. As you can see, I had to find a spot to rip it open, meaning no contamination. This is a true sanitary napkin. So I'm going to take it, lay it down beside the leading brand. And I'd like for you guys to know that the leading brand is nothing to turn your nose up at. The leading brand is a $1 billion a year product. And you're going to see it's not the best. You don't have to be the best, be the best product on the market to make the most money. And we're going to prove it because a lot of people don't know that they have other options besides what's on the shelf. So what I want to do now, if you was here with me, I would let you rub the two. Most of the women that rub the two would say, how much soft the Lotus feel, and because they know the leading brand, they've used it. They know it's kind of rough. It's rough to the touch. So when you have that roughness up against a woman's most precious part, it causes a lot of issues like the chafing, the itching, the burning from all that back and forth rubbing up against her most precious part. But when it comes to Lotus, it's real comfortable to the touch, and most women say it's really soft. And when it comes to the size of it, the thickness of it, they say when they put it on, they can't even tell they have it on. And when they girlfriends look, they say, no, still can't see it because it's so thin. And a lot of people kind of doubt whether it absorb their vagin flow because it's so small. But we're going to find out, okay? We're going to find out. So what we did, we took 50 milliliters and we put in each one of these cups. And what we've learned from Miss Evans from her research is that when a woman is on her cycle, she gives off anywhere between 15 and 80 milliliters of vagin flow. And we're just going to kind of simulate that with this 50 milliliters of water. I know a lot of my colleagues, they use the dye, but I don't. I just leave it natural because I want you guys just to see exactly what it would be like, or what it's like for a woman to wear a sanitary napkin, all day or until she has to change again. So what I want to do while we're letting that soak in real quick, I want to show you the product that Miss Evans created. And I want to start off with our light flow. Our light flow is our daily flow, our panty liner, and it's used for those everyday usage, just in case you have a minor hiccup, where you may cough and a little heavy cough, and it may cause a little, a little flow. We ain't gonna say what type of flow. It may be a little last day veggie flow or just a little, what was left from a recent use of the bathroom, So that panty liner is for your everyday use, or anyone can use it. A lot of ladies say, well, I don't have a cycle anymore. That's the product for you. Just in case you had that little hiccup, this is like a safeguard for you. Our next product is our moderate. Our moderate is that product that you use for the last day or so of your cycle. It's for people with really, really light cycles. This is the product for you for those last few days. And it has which we'll talk about it later, the bumper guards on it. It has, it's about 2 inches longer than the daily flow, but the bumper guards and the wings on it, the wings help to keep it in place on a woman's undergarment, and the bumper guards, as I'm gonna show you in a minute, it helps to keep a woman's flow in place. All right, the next one we have is our heavy flow. The heavy flow is for those first day or two. If you have a heavy cycle, but not a super heavy, this product is for you. The heavy is one of our favorite products. We do really well with this product. We've gotten a lot of good reviews about this product, and it is about 1 inch to 2 inches longer than the moderate. It has the wings on it. It has the bumper guards. It has the diamond strip. And we're going to talk about the diamond strip later as well. That's just an extra benefit of the Lotus pad, all right? Now, our fourth pad is our super heavy. This is for people that have a really, really bad cycle. We had a good friend that when her cycle came on, she would have to change maybe once or twice a night. She'd have to get up and change, but she didn't only change, her pad. She had to change the sheets because she said her feminine flow went everywhere, and it was bad for years and years. And when we let her use the Lotus super heavy overnight pad, she said she slept all night, didn't have to get up and change because of this product. This product is about 1 inch to 2 inches longer than the heavy. It has the bumper guards on it. It has the diamond strip. It has the wings on it to hold a woman's undergarment in place. This is a super product. That's why we call it the super heavy overnight. And for those people that have those incontinence problem, minor incontinence, or just need some protection at night, this is the extreme overnight pad. Again, for somebody that has extremely bad cycle that want a little more support than the super, this is for you. But if you have them beginning stages of incontinence and you just want some protection, this is for you. It is about 1 inch to 2 inches longer than the super. So we got something for the small lady, all the way up to for our small women, all the way up to our big women. We got you covered, all the way from just a daily cough with the panty liners, all the way up to someone with incontinence with the extreme overnight pad. And guys, all 5 of those pads were designed by Miss Evans. She did all the research. She took all the information in from other women that she was doing business with, that she was, collaborating with, about what would be the best thing for a pad after she did her research, or what do you not like about the traditional pad that you would like to see change. The roughness took care of that. Something for the smell, something that may help with the smell, something that may help with the cramps, something that may help with the heat, and those are the things that she put into the Lotus pad. So again, we want to do this real quick. I'm going to do the wet dry part where we want you to think about your daughter in school and she's just come on her cycle. And she asked the teacher, could she go to the restroom to put her, her sanitary napkin on. So the teacher let her go to the bathroom. She get to the bathroom, put on her sanitary napkin, come back to the classroom, take her seat. And we're going to say all of that took about 8 to 10 minutes, to walk from the classroom to the bathroom, put it on and come back. So we want you to picture your daughter sitting down with her regular weight on her backside with her pad on, and we want you to see what your baby is going through. So I'm going to press, and I'm going to press, and I'm going to press, and I'm going to make sure I press the whole thing. And I want you guys to see this. So now, here's your baby. She just got back to the classroom, took her seat, and voila. Soon as she took her seat, everything that was in her sanitary napkin, there it is, came up. And that's your baby. Can you see your baby sitting there for the duration of that class wet like this? That's a bad feeling. And instead of paying attention to the teacher, she's trying to find a dry spot, right? That makes for a very long day. So what we want to do now, I'm going to press on Lotus. I'm going to press on Lotus. I'm going to press on Lotus. And I'm going to do the same thing with my fingertips. Now, guys, look. Almost 100% dry. That's Lotus. Almost 100% dry. You see that? Let's show you. We're going to put them where they're supposed to be. Traditional pad, Lotus. Traditional pad, Lotus. Which one do you want your baby to wear now? We got it, Lotus. So guys, what I want to do now, I'm going to break these apart so you can see what's really in them. The first thing I want you to notice about the traditional pad is that this blue dye this blue dye shouldn't be there, because when a woman feminine flow or vaginal flow hits that, it starts to break down, and you got it. It goes right into her most precious part, causing problems. So that blue dye shouldn't be there. So what I want to do now, I'm going to take this top layer off. We've already talked about the blue dye and how rough it is, but I'm going to keep this part here of their absorption system. And here's the thing. This absorption system is nothing more than wood fiber and old newspapers that has been shredded up. It's been shredded several times and bleached several times to give this absorption system a white color to make you think it's cotton, but it's not. It's nothing more than the trash that's in your trash can. Go Google what sanitary napkins are made from, and you're going to see this is a cheap form of a sanitary napkin for the absorbency, and we're going to show you just what it's doing when your baby is wearing it. But the other thing is, by bleaching this, it gives off a chemical called dioxin, and dioxin is 1,000 times more poisonous than cyanide, probably even higher. And when this is being used in a woman's up against a woman's most precious part, and her vaginal flow hits it, this dioxin is going right up into her most precious part, and that is causing some of the problems that our women are having. You can go to WebMD and Google all of this yourself. So I want you to think about this. A woman uses over 15,000 sanitary napkins and tampons in her lifetime, going up into her most precious part. Guys, with this type of chemical, now you understand why women are having the issues they are having, because they use this so many times in their lifetime that it's causing a problem. So what I want to do, I put 100 milliliters of water in here. I'm going to take the traditional brand's absorption system and put it there. And I'm going to let you guys see it so you can see it absorb. And now here's the other problem. The bottom layer of the traditional pad is made from plastic, meaning no breathability. No breathability at all, meaning that when a woman has this on, her body is 98.6, which is hot, and it goes up when she's on her cycle. It has the heat, then you got the moisture from her vaginal flow, heat, moisture, and darkness. That's a serious bed and recipe for bacteria, right? So this is helping to cause the issues that our women are having. But when you get that bacteria, and you get these yeast infections and things like that from this yeast infection bed, a bacteria infested bed, I should say, guys, when you get that, now you got to get the chemicals or the product that you need to get rid of the yeast infections and other things that it may cause. And what we found out, the same company that produces this pad also produces and owns the medicine you're going to have to take to get rid of the yeast infections and whatever else it may cause. And here's the thing, they got you locked in a vicious cycle, because by the time you clear up the yeast infections and anything else that may be going on, your cycle is back on. We even found out they're putting more chemicals in, to keep you guys on your cycles even longer. So, guys, no breathability is causing a problem. So we got to figure out how to get some breathability down there so we can get rid of that airflow. So here is Lotus. Again, soft to the touch, and it was designed that way so it won't be rubbing up against a woman's most precious part. So Lotus pad is 9 levels of comfort. 9 levels of comfort. Hold on. I'm going to tear this open. All right. Let's see if we can get this open. I want to get it on so I pull this off. Oh, man, I tore off too much. I want y'all to see that, but not that quick. I'm going to see if I can get it to lay back down. Okay, got it. This is our absorption system. As you can see, our absorption system is in one complete wrapping. And I'm going to kind of unwrap this for you guys right now. So, I'm going to take this part off. Y'all stay with me. This is the first layer. As you can see, it has holes in it for breathability. And this also helps to hold the Lotus absorption system in place. So if you got a child that's active, doing cheerleader, basketball, track, whatever, her pad won't fall apart when it get wet, because this is helping to hold it in place. Now, we're gonna get down to this a little later, but here is, let's see what part, okay. That was our top layer. Here's the layer that wraps around it as well. This is what I was looking for. This is the second layer, also breathability, has holes in it. But as you can see, these two, this is what wraps around the pad, the absorption system to hold it in place. And that's the part that also reassures that if your daughter is out there playing sports, you know, running track, baseball, basketball, soccer, whatever the case may be, if she's an active person, that the product won't fall apart while she's wearing. Now, we have a top layer and a bottom layer here. That's the beginning and the end of the absorption system. And this is the beginning of killing the odors. This is the beginning of the absorbency, because this top layer and bottom layer is made with some special ingredients that help, you know, to start that absorbency. But not only that, it helps to start killing bacteria. So here's one of the next layer of the absorbency. As you can see, it has holes in it. We're getting rid of the heat. And this is our absorbency system. A lot of you have seen this before. That is polymer, the same thing that you have in baby diapers. So what I want to do, I'm going to pull this back layer off, because I only want to put our absorbency system into the 100 milliliters, same as we did the traditional brand. I'm going to roll this up, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right in there. And again, this is our bottom layer, and it's the end of the absorbency system and the end of killing the germs. All right? Now, as you can see, it has already absorbed the 100 milliliters. And remember, I put 50 on it first. Here's the traditional brand. It's still absorbing, but we're going to leave it there because we want to talk about this bottom layer of the Lotus brand. Guys, as you can see those lines right there, those lines are there for a reason, for breathability. That's to let air come out, moving air away from a woman's core. It's helping to get rid of that heat, so we remove the heat. And with our absorbency system working the way that it does, we remove the wetness. Only thing that's left is darkness. So you do the math on what we said about heat, moisture, and darkness. It's a recipe for bacteria infection. You know, we just remove the heat and the moisture with the Lotus pad. And here's a little proof. If I put this over a cup of steam, the steam would come through. But if I poured water on it, the water wouldn't go through because of the technology that we have here with Lotus. And guys, this is not plastic like the traditional brand. It's something like biodegradable, meaning that it won't hurt our women or the environment. And guys, here's the thing again, 100 milliliters with the Lotus pad, 100 milliliters with the traditional brand. As you can see, Lotus is 100% dry. That's 150 milliliters completely, absorbed. And we're going to take what's left from the traditional brand, pour it into Lotus. And I like to tell people, the longer you wear our Lotus brand, the drier you get. And my wife does a little demonstration, gives a little example when she's doing this, where picture your daughter sitting down, and if she got up and went to ask the teacher, could she go back to the restroom to change again? More than likely, the teacher's going to say no. You just went, so no. So when she goes back and she take her seat, watch this. Picture that happening to your baby and her sitting on that for the rest of the day. But guys, here's the thing. Now, picture her wearing Lotus and then this. Guys, I'm gonna give it 180 milliliters total, and Lotus held every bit of it. So there are some things that women talk about when we're having just regular conversations about, you know, cycles, and we do it all the time. I'm not ashamed to talk about it, you know, and a lot of women look at me when I am talking about it. They kind of laugh at that man talking about sanitary napkin. But here's the deal. When we're talking, women's talk about, you know, the odors, that, you know, the smell when you're on your cycle, how bad it can be. And some women talk about how they can't go to work because their cramps are so bad. Young girls, their daughters can't go to school because of the cramps. A lot of women talk about how long their cycles are, you know, and they wish they were shorter. You know, just a lot of things that we hear when we're doing these demonstrations. And guys, we have some that we call the 5-dimensional diamond strip. This thing has 4 infrared, nano, graphene. It has magnetism. You know, it's 5 of them all together, guys, in here. That's an extra benefit for wearing the Lotus pad. And when we talk about 4 infrared helps to remove the heat from the core. It may help to pull that heat away from a woman's core to help keep it cool down there. If you touch this absorption system, guys, it's cool to the touch for a reason, because it's helping, and it was designed to help keep a woman cool in that area. Same way with our absorption system helping to keep it cool, and this 4 infrared pulling the heat away from a woman's core. Guys, we're really keeping a woman cool in that area. And all this thought came from Miss Evans. And when you talk about the graphene, you know, it helps to kill bacteria. It chops it up like a bunch of knives, just cutting up the bacteria, meaning no bacteria, no odor. It helping to kill the odor. It also, the 4 infrared also help with the cramps. It helps to relax a woman's uterus, as well as the graphene help to relax a woman's uterus. Meaning, we've heard people to say they don't cramp as bad. The smell is not as bad, you know, and they don't have to change as often because of what Lotus does. And what we do when we talk about vibrational energy is simply something that helps you to relax, right? When it's raining outside, when you're at the beach, when you're at the waterfall, when you're walking through the woods. I love walking through the woods. It helps me relax totally. Same thing with vibrational energy. And here's the example. When a woman's feminine flow, her vaginal flow, hits the Lotus pad and hit this 5-dimensional diamond strip, here's what happened. Maybe it's not dead. I hope it's not dead. This is a 7-watt light bulb. And when our product goes to work, when that healing effect starts, and we won't say healing, but when the magic starts to trigger, to help with the cramps, to help shorten the cycle, to help with the odors, you know, you name it, guys, that's when it can light up a 7-watt light bulb. That's what we tell people. This is when the magic starts. This is when the healing part starts, when a woman's vaginal flow hit this diamond strip. Guys, this is more than just a pad to absorb. It's doing a lot of things that may truly help you when it comes to being on your cycle, having cramps, you know, having the odors, you know, and just all the other things that go along with a woman in her cycle. Again, my name is Keith Evans. I'm the CEO of Lotus by Bay. And guys, we're asking you to support our product, be a part of the Lotus by Bay sanitary napkin family, and help spread the word. Share this video. Appreciate you. You guys have a blessed day.